AVienneau. Ms. Vienneau is the area director for the Nashville YWCA. And let me welcome both of you, Ms. Meece and Ms. Vienneau, to the show this morning. Ms. Meece, what we'd like to do this morning is to talk about the Metropolitan Police Department and some of the things that you're doing in the area of youth services. But before we get into that conversation, let's have you and Ms. Vienneau to give us some information about your background, your education, and in your case, Captain Meece, some of the things that were important in your life in leading you to such an important responsibility as the director of a division with the Metropolitan Police Department. Let's give you an opportunity to give us that kind of information. Then we'll get into some of the problems of Nashville and youth services.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to discuss youth services. I'm a 22-year veteran of the police department, and I joined the department when I was fairly young. I was just barely old enough to be on the department, and I went initially to the patrol division, and I served 7 years there as a patrol officer, and it was I guess you could say it was a pretty enlightening experience for me, because I did not have a real sense of what crime was. I came from a small community and was raised originally in North Dakota, and that's pretty well known as a fairly low crime rate area of the country. So I spent 7 years there, and while I was in patrol, I decided that I needed to start getting an education beyond a high school degree, because all I had done was graduate from high school. So I began going to college. I got some federal assistance to do that, and I worked my way through an associate degree. And in the meantime, I ended up being transferred to the training academy. So I began working there as an instructor, and that was probably the beginning of some of the most significant learning that I really did, because we dealt not only with recruits who enter the police system, but we also dealt with sworn personnel and civilians, and I began to do a lot in the area of teaching and training, and that was real interesting for me. When I completed my associate degree, I went on to Belmont College, and I completed a bachelor's degree, and that took me a little bit longer than the norm, because I was trying to work as I was going to school. And then I went on to Murfreesboro, and I graduated from Murfreesboro with a master's degree in criminal justice. So much of the formal education I've gotten, most of it is, as a matter of fact, as it relates to advanced